Hi, everybody. I'm going to be handling an overview of our build software for our contractors and our builders here on Houzz Pro. I really want to dive in, getting started with leads. So when you're within your Houzz Pro dashboard, you'll come up here to the lead menu and click on See All Leads. Now from here, you are going to see a menu of all of your leads. This portion of Houzz is fantastic if you have leads that come through directly from the Houzz platform, or you can use this for leads that come through from any other source. If it's a referral or they found your website or found you on social media, you can still use this section. But our CRM tool is great to keep your leads organized and staying on top of those new inquiries. So this homepage is going to show you all of your active leads. You can see a couple great things like the lead details, if it was a phone number that called in, their stage, the client name, if you've contacted them yet, as well as when the lead was created. And you can see all of your stages listed here on the left-hand side. You're also able to snooze or archive leads. So snoozing would be somebody that you'd want to come back to later. So let's say this kitchen remodel here, you can hover over this ellipses right here and you can snooze that lead, you can archive it, or you can even delete that lead. Let's say you're importing from Gmail, you're able to connect this with your Gmail as well, or simply create a lead manually through this button in the top right. So let's click on Create New Lead here. You would enter the lead details, say Sally's remodel. You can add the client in here as well. If your client is already listed in your address book, they'll show up right here, or you can add more details and include any additional information about this lead source: budget, expected start date for the project, client information, again, if they're not already in your Houzz Pro system, and simply click Create Lead, and that will save that for you. Now to go a step further, let's click into one of these leads here. Let's take my kitchen remodel that I got through Facebook. So when we click into this lead, you're going to see a lot of further action that you can do here. You can create an estimate for this lead with our quick action buttons. You can even create a floor plan or add a note or log a call from any meetings that you might have had. We have a fantastic messaging tool as well. Really great templates that are already pre-built into the system. You can customize your own templated response as well. You can send this message as a lead or as a text. You can actually turn this on so that your homeowner will be able to get those via text as well. You can add attachments, upload photos, format your text, as well as add in links. This is a great tool to use, especially if you're using the Houzz Pro app, because if you get a lead or you're on site with a new client and you want to input that lead, you can do this right on the go through our Houzz Pro app on mobile or tablet devices. You'll also see any activity on this lead right here. And then again, you have your messaging center. Super easy to respond to your clients and get a quicker response out. You even have the option to schedule meetings with them. So great way to book right on your calendar. You can do regular phone meetings as well as video meetings. You'll see any estimates you've created here. And then all of the lead details, which are great if it is a lead that came directly through Houzz. This information will be detailed with typically their project budget, description, where the source came from, the type of project. We try to give you as much information as possible. And then here's our notes section. Again, great for leaving any notes on meetings or calls that you had with them. Uploading files, you can upload here any important documents, especially if it's from a project previously. And then your estimates. So estimates are the next thing I want to talk about. We're going to actually go to the project view to do estimates, but you can do them from the lead view as well. If you go into new estimate, you can see that you can either upload your own, build from one of our great templates, or build one from scratch. So just know that you can build estimates within your lead as well. Now, a couple other items on the lead before we move on. Again, we went over actions. You can also convert this lead into a project. So then what that will do is take the lead out of the lead view and move it to the project view. That is a great way to show that that client's no longer a prospective client, but they're actually a client moving forward with the project with you. So I usually recommend doing this once the client has signed and approved the estimate that you'll be sending out. So that's the lead section. I want to hop over to first creating a new project. Super easy to do. So what you'll do, and you can do this a couple places from your Houzz homepage, You see these quick action buttons up here at the top, or you can come up to projects and see all of your projects right here. So when we click in here, you can see the projects that I have open currently in my account, but creating a new project is very easy. So we'll come over here to this button on the right, click Create New Project, and then you'll go ahead and be able to enter all the project details here. So let's start with a project name. Let's say this is a kitchen remodel. Again, I can add in the client. If they're already a client of mine, I can just go to this list and I'll see all of my current clients here. I can also create a brand new client right here where I'd be able to enter all of their client details, including their address, any internal notes that are actually private just to me, so the client can't see that, and then full name, phone number, and email address. I'm gonna go ahead and use a client I have in here already. So let's click in, let's say Jack Sparrow. He needs help with his kitchen remodel. We can edit client info if we need to as well. And then project type, we give you some options here. If you simply type in the project that you're looking for, you will see that auto-populate and you can select that option. And then you can also add in a project code. If you're unsure of what that is, this little question mark actually gives you the definition. So this is optional and helps you identify your documents. You can use this with a combination of letters and numbers. So this is optional for you. Address. For this particular client, I didn't have an address listed for him, so I can click here and go ahead and add that in. You'll just edit this client. I can add in their address. Perfect. Click Save. And now their address will be saved in their client listing as well. Go ahead and click the X button. And then we'll scroll back down. You can adjust if this is billable or a shipping address. You can add an additional address if you'd like. Let's say for this project, his budget is, he's got a big budget. Let's say it's $100,000. If you have not set up online payments yet, you can also do that from this section. And then any additional information. Let's say this is a full kitchen remodel from the ground up. And then you'll go ahead and click Done, and that will save your project for you. Now, once you have your project open, you'll see there are many functionalities and many different tabs you can do from this window. I'm specifically going to be focusing on our estimates. This is a fantastic tool for our builders and contractors. So if we click into estimates here, you'll be able to see that this is blank. Currently, no estimates have been created or sent out for a client yet, but let's do our estimates in two different ways. The first way, we're going to focus on building an estimate from scratch. So if we click here, that will populate an estimate template for us where you'll see it's blank right now. And then again, you'll see prompts pop up if you need to set up online payments or any further actions. But if you go to add items, this button here on the right-hand side, and you'll see the activity stream here on the right as well, you can add items and you can actually create a totally custom item. So if you click in here, this will allow you to enter in whether this is maybe a custom furniture piece or something just you're building custom for your client. You can add in all of those details here. And again, just as a reminder, anything private is going to be just seen by you. Your client will not be able to see those details. Vendor information, purchase order info, you can even add images. So that's if you are creating a brand new item that will live in your parts library. I'll show you where that is in a second as well. But let's say we're adding from our parts list. So we'll click that drop down again, click on From Parts List, and then we'll have this great pop-out window that shows us all of our preloaded parts that are already in the Houzz Pro system once you sign up. So these are already available to you. And you'll notice these prices are estimated averages based on market cost data. So this is something that we do update about every quarter, and we want to make sure we have the most relevant prices for you guys. Favorites would be any products that you have used and that you've starred and they're in your favorites now, so you can continue to see those. Any items you have created will be in this Your Items section. Planning, you can see it gets a little more detailed here, planning and permits. So again, if you favorite something, it will live in your favorites by adding that star there. Let's add in, let's say, the plans on site survey. And you'll notice on the left that will start to add those custom pieces to your estimate. Again, you can create a new item from here. And when you're done, you can click the X And then now you have your estimate. Of course, this will be more built out on your end, but that's how you're able to build one from scratch. Now you're also able to set up a couple different things here at the top of an estimate. You can do a payment schedule, files by uploading any documents, add your terms and conditions, as well as add a memo. I'm going to come back to this section here in just a moment, but I want to show you first how to build an estimate using our templates. This is a fantastic resource to be able to quickly get estimates out that are accurate, timely, and really professional. So same process that it will be for building from scratch as far as adding all these additional items. Let's go back to the project here. And we'll go back to our estimates tab. And now you can see we have that estimate that we are building from scratch right here. But if we want to build one from one of our templates, you go back to new estimate, this button on the right, and then click upload, or excuse me, click from template. So from template, you'll click into here, and this will give you a little pop-up where you can actually choose from a lot of different templates that we already have in our system. You'll see, for example, attic. You're doing an attic renovation, basement, bathroom, bedroom, deck. I mean, we have many, many templates in here that are specific to certain areas of the home. If we scroll down, you can also do the same thing by just typing in the template and it'll auto-populate for you. You're going to go ahead and see kitchen, which that's a bunch of other templates I've built for other clients. But if we come in here, again, go to the drop down, and right here we see kitchen. So let's click on that, click save. And then that will actually populate a template from a kitchen estimate that is fully built out for you already. So we have about 18 to 20 templates that are in our system already, and these are already preloaded with thousands of parts and materials relevant to that type of project. So this is great because you can see it includes everything: surface protection and dust control. It even has framing in here and demolition and finishing touches. So these are already all preloaded for you. I think the great part too is that labor and material costs are actually relevant based on your project zip code. So this information is pulling based on the address that you put within the project itself. And this is a fantastic way, again, to avoid having to have you look up cost data, information for that time for certain types of products or material. It's already preloaded in there for you. But you'll also notice pretty much everything within this estimate is editable. You can change the name here. You can even change the quantity, the unit. We've got a lot of options as far as unit, pieces, hours, linear feet, square feet, cubic yards, and you can even add your own unit type. If you want to add your markup to the estimate, I recommend, if you're not doing it piece by piece, to do it at the very top, and you can actually add this. Let's say your markup is 20%. Add that in, click done, and that will auto calculate for every single line item on this estimate what that markup is for that particular item. And then you'll see your total as well. And if it's taxable, we give you the option to select material, labor, or both. So you can add those in as well. And again, if you need to add anything else, you can come over and add items from our parts list, create a new item. And when you click customize here, this is another great feature. That will allow you to show images for that item, the description. You can even add the room that this is for. And you can give your client the option to approve items by line item on your estimate. So if you did that, they'd be able to go in and approve line by line which items are actually approved on this estimate. For our purposes, I'll leave this off, but that is a functionality here that you can use. Now, in addition, let's circle back to these top tabs here. So items is currently the view that you're seeing, but if we were to click payments, let's click into there. That's going to take us to the bottom of the estimate where you can actually schedule payments and deposits right from the estimate. So if you wanted to, let's say, request a deposit first, let's go ahead and click on that. And then it allows you to do either a fixed dollar amount or a percentage. So let's say your deposit is 30%. Let's switch that over to percent. That will tell you right below what that total is, being 30% of the total estimate number. And then the payment terms you can also adjust if it's going to be due upon receipt. Maybe it's net 30, you give your client 30 days. Let's say it's going to be due upon receipt. And then you can also set the due date. Let's say that due date is going to be next Friday. And then simply click create. And that deposit is right there for you. And again, you have a fantastic activity stream here on the right that's going to show you everything going on and the actions that have been done on this estimate so far. Now, in addition, you can schedule payments. So if you want to schedule, let's say we're going to do outside of the deposit, 3 additional payments for this estimate. So what you'll do is click schedule a payment. You'll do that once, twice, 3 times. And the beauty of our system is it automatically calculates what those payments are based on what's left of this estimate minus the deposit. And again, from here, you can change the payment methods. Within Houzz Pro, you're allowed to take online payments, so you can have credit card or bank transfer or ACH as an option for your clients. You can also have cash or check, of course. Payment terms, let's change all of these to net 30. There we go. And then you can also adjust the payment dates. So let's just push these out all a month. We'll do this one at the end of September, and we'll do this one. Sorry, that one didn't save. There we go. And then we'll do this one at the end of October. So now we have our payment schedule. You can even rename the payments if you'd like, totally up to you. And then any additional details, for example, you can upload files if you needed to have a certain receipt or maybe a previous document, you can upload those here. You can also add terms and conditions. Again, if you click on any of these buttons at the top, it will automatically take you to these sections. Beauty of terms and conditions, as well as memos, if you want to write a quick note to the client, is we have templates as well. So when you come into My Templates, you're actually able to create a template. I have a couple created here already, and you can set those as company defaults too. So I have this template. Let's say I want to add this in, and again, on the ellipses, you can add this as the project default, edit, or delete that template as well. So that means you don't have to enter the same text over and over again. It'll be saved right here for you. So let's go ahead and add in my terms and conditions, click add, and there those are right there for me. Now, once you're ready to go and you want to send this off to your client, I usually do recommend at the very top here, changing this title. You can change it to whatever you'd like, but let's say we're going to do kitchen remodel estimate for Jack Sparrow. Click the little check mark and that will save that for you. And then again, when you scroll back up to the very top of the estimate, you'll see the ability to add any items or change anything else that you'd like. Now, when you're ready to send to your client, you can preview and share. And when you do that, that's going to give you a really nice, professionally branded document that you're going to be able to send over to your client. You'll see at the top, my company details, my client information here, the estimate details on the right-hand side, and then on below that, you'll see the rest of the items for this estimate. Now, I want to call your attention to the right-hand side under document settings. You're going to be able to show category pricing if you'd like. You can show the detailed breakdown within that category. You can also show the detailed pricing, so it will list out pricing beneath. And you can even show your markup if you'd like. It's totally up to you, but if you do show that, there will be a fee column that's added here. And then additionally, for product details, you can show the quantity in unit. You can even show the item information, so it gives more specifics. And you can require an electronic signature. So if you do that, when you scroll to the bottom of the estimate here, you'll see at the very bottom, it will require your client to sign this as well as approve it. And then that will give you an automatic notification that that estimate's been approved. And you'll see here too, there's your total, your fee. If you had any sales tax, that would be included here as well. So when I scroll back up, pretty detailed, long estimate. So again, you can kind of pick and choose what you're showing to the client. You can also show, here's your payment schedule. There's your deposit right there that we set up within the estimate. There's your first payment, your second payment, and your third payment. And it has the payment dates on there as well. And then you'll simply be able to email this over to your client. You can CC yourself or anybody else on your team. Write a quick subject, estimate for approval. Please review and approve. You can write a quick note to your client as well. Again, we have template options here. If you have a templated response you'd like to use, you can either send a copy to yourself, share it to their client dashboard, and then confirm and send, and that will send that off. Now, if you have a client who would like a physical copy, you can also export this as a PDF, and then you'll be able to print that out and send that over to your client as well.